How do you present your products so that you can be different from the rest of the pack? Welcome back to another episode of Davidson Outlast. Today we'll show you one crazy, amazing strategy you can use yourself so that you look different from the other people. You don't have to compete, you just dominate. We introduced the concept of doing the high-end customers. The reason being is that as the middle person, meaning that you're similar or the same as the rest of the pack, it's really hard to compete in the marketplace. And if you reduce your profit margin by making your products cheaper, not only are you hurting your profits, but also you're giving a really bad name to your service. Well, if your product is not even at the market price level, then people may even say your quality must be bad, so because you're selling a lot cheaper. And we don't want a bad name for our great and amazing brand, because when we build a brand, we want to do it for a very, very long time. We have the goal to really grow it really big. And this is why you need to learn this skill that I'm going to introduce today, so that you won't be facing these two issues, being the unhappy guy in the middle and also on the left side. This method I'm going to introduce can practically be used for any services or products that you sell to your customers. Now, assuming that we're just going to use a really typical product, fry pan. Now, fry pan A made by our competition sells at $50, which is the market value. Our brand also sells at $50. Now, same price in the eyes of your customers are not really going to be a very good way to differentiate yourself from your competition, because for them it's really similar and they would rather just pay a lower price, which will force you to become this guy in order for your customers to buy. And we don't want to be on this side, we want to be here. So this is what we are going to do. Now, instead of selling at $50, maybe we are going to do like, say, $70, okay? So you're going to increase your price from 50 to 70, or even way more if you think you're really worth that price. Now what happened is, apart from the physical thing, the main thing you're going to sell, you're going to create other channels as added values. And I'm going to quickly show it here right now what I mean by that. Now, imagine you buy a fry pan, but wouldn't it be awesome if there's some kind of like a learning class, or say cooking class, to teach you how to use this fry pan to make amazing dishes for your family. Now, imagining that it comes, if the customers choose your product, it comes with a cooking class for the value of $900, but it comes free if he or she purchases our pan. And how are you going to come up with, well, you like a cooking class? How? Well, nowadays you have all the YouTube. So what happened is, you can just create some kind of like a cooking classes and just put it on the YouTube site, and it's free of charge. All you have to do is just to do more hard, just work hard and make some really meaningful videos that allows your audience to understand how to use it. And if you work hard to make your product, I'm sure you can also work hard to make some really great, amazing cooking classes, right? To show your clients how to use it, right? Now, apart from using YouTube to show cooking classes, you can also do, say, one-on-one live chat. So Facebook Live allows you to create like a Q&A session so that you and your customers can talk face to face, so that you can answer them any questions regarding the pen. And this is worth like another $800. If you buy our product, it comes for free. And what's important, if they buy from the competitions, maybe even if the pen has any issues, they won't even, get any support. But we use the latest technology, social media, to help them, give them the assistance they need immediately. Now, you also want to create some kind of a Facebook group and start to collect your fans who bought your fry pan. What happened is, there's another Facebook group worth another $800 that once the user bought your pan, he or she will be able to register into this Facebook group, and we will provide more value-added and free classes for them to learn how to use this pen. And imagine you have all these kind of supports if you buy this. Now, the total value of this package, meaning the fry pan, the cooking class on YouTube, Q&A session, last but not least, the group, wow, is complete over like $1,500 total. But guess what? It all comes at only at $70 if you buy right now. And also important thing is, now how do you let them get access to these? Nowadays, there are many ways. When you release your product, you can put some kind of like a paper tag with like a link, or even like a QR code that when they use the smartphone to scan, then it leads them directly to these sessions. This is a very, very effective strategy because now they can tell who is better. Sometimes maybe you're asked, well, cooking class or Facebook group, like maybe I'm not even like a professional guy, I don't even know how to offer these kind of learning classes. What do I do? Actually, it's easy, but you do have to take some initiatives because, as we mentioned, you are supposed to be the specialist in whatever services that you provide. Now, imagine the cooking class here. Initially, when you start, the number of fans that enroll in your class may be just really small, right? So you have the responsibility to grow it, like how you grow your brand, like what we taught you in the previous classes. Basically, build up your client base slowly in both your Facebook groups and also other social media platforms. Now, as your fan base gets bigger, now this is what happened. You can talk to some professionals, say like a professional who's really like, say like a chef, good at using this pen, and you can tell them, hey, how's that? Now I'm going to give you access to a channel which has more than say 300 or 400 or 500 users, and you are going to teach whatever. Today we introduce a really great concept about presenting your products, don't just sell the main thing, but always put in the added values on top of it. Now, in this case, we introduce by using social media, which is free. As long as you're willing to put in the hard work, you can bring in the cooking class. You can bring in the one-on-one Q&A session, and last but not least, the Facebook group. All of these are the extra added values that when the users, not only do they just get the main thing, which is the fry pan, but when they realize that they have all of these supporting cast, and obviously it's not available with the competitors, and they can easily see that, oh, you know what? Even though the price may be slightly more expensive, or maybe even way more expensive, but they are doing a really good job because they can get so much more help. Like, the value is just really amazing. And you have to use this method on any of your services or products that you provide to make sure that you are not the middleman or the low-end people. And this is how you can differentiate yourself from the rest of the pack. This is David Sin, and thank you to listen to this episode of David Sin Our Last.